have hot coffee. The very few times I do, it's always black. Like I'm drinking it for like it's like when you're like losing your virginity. I'm there to like get in. Like I'm fucking. That's what I'm doing. It's like I need this caffeine into my body. I don't need like creamer. Don't give me like this fucking ass. Yeah, stir it around. Make a fucking heart on it. That's great. No.
Fucking. Well, that's a great way to start it there, boys. Welcome to another episode of the Bants. Who doesn't like coffee and fucking in the same sense, you know?
I don't know who. I don't know any people that don't. So.
All right. How's everyone doing tonight?
I'm good.
I wish I had some coffee.
I wish I was fucking. So
Yeah.
we're there.
Right?
Now we're there.
Well, this is the closest you're gonna get, you know?
How are you, Mr. New Host?
Oh, yes, that's right. I'm filling in for Zeke, who is out of town at the moment. How I'm feeling? Fucking second rain in fucking 2 hours, bro. I'm gonna be hyped. And there's a cat that just ran by your back of your.
Yeah.
What the?
I saw that.
She has to try and make a cameo every episode.
So this is the weirdest episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch I've ever been a part of.
Oh my god.
There's another one. She doesn't make as much appearances as Callie, so.
Oh, okay.
All right, boys. There's one thing I want to jump right into. I need an update, Nolan. I know you're not feeling so good, so we'll get to you. Let me know, how was the inside out tanning? Are you any darker? The light you have, I can't tell.
Yeah, I have a candle lit.
Ooh.
So it's just kind of orange.
Setting that mood
Candle
for
lighting
sure.
podcast.
Yeah, that's the mood, you know.
Inside of Satan's butthole. I'm colorblind and you're red as fuck.
Come on.
It's not a candle. That's a seance to the
It's
Dark
an
Lord.
infrared light, yeah. I have been doing it for that's more red.
You're just fucking with Abe now, bro.
Yeah.
Now it looks like you just descended deeper into hell.
Certainly no demons here.
Oh,
there we go.
it's probably
Ooh.
still.
Oh, now you're ascending.
Yeah, now I'm ascending into heaven. I don't know if that helped at all, but anyways, inside out tanning. That was I'm still going. I'm trying to, hammer it in, if you will.
Okay.
Every night I am injecting this crap into my belly fat, and the first night was absolutely horrible. I think, we did a podcast while I was feeling that way, didn't we?
You were nausea.
Yeah, I was nauseated
Bad feeling.
to hell. But after that, the second, third, and now fourth and fifth have not done nearly the same side effects. So, but I assume it's, darkening me, but I really don't know yet. Apparently you're supposed to go for a couple weeks. So
every night for a couple weeks, and then you'll start seeing some effects.
Apparently that's what I hear. So
end up be all pigment augmentation is like that's what it is without like having to deal with it.
Yeah. Like I don't have to go out into the sun or anything.
Yeah.
The goal is to be pure African American. I'm kidding. I don't want to.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, Devin, edit the shit out of that, but that's okay.
Please do, Devin. So someone made a comment on our last
Twitter
video.
mob's coming.
Right, for sure. Someone made a comment on the last video. That you can just step outside to get tanned.
I mean,
I was gonna mention that too.
But that's then you gotta like tan evenly and shit. I don't want to do that.
Just true.
Yeah.
And plus, I used a perfectly acceptable term when you said to edit that out. All right, that's all I'm saying.
Ooh.
That's not the term. I think it was. We'll leave it to the gods of editing for now.
It was the internal blackface assumption.
Yes, it's exactly what it is, bro.
Well, I mean, listen, sometimes.
Oh yeah, stop yelling. And you know what? You actually can't go outside a lot of time. You know how many hours of light I have up here in northern Minnesota?
5.
Two. It's like I wake up and I throw my kids on the bus and it's dark out. I go to work, it's dark, and I'm in the office and then I come home, it's fucking dark. I haven't seen the sun since January of last year. That doesn't make sense.
Really?
Since
So
July
what's stopping you from seeing it this January?
It's still on vacation.
They took all the windows out of the fucking building. You can't look out there.
Oh, okay.
No, we're
that's
at
not-
it's actually I leave work at anywhere between 4 and 5, and we've finally like when I get out of work at maybe like 4:30. I was out there like 4:45 today. The sun was just setting, and I'm like, oh, it's almost spring. But we don't really have spring up here in Minnesota. We have like slush. Like the snow is like slightly less snowy, and then like June comes around and it's just like, yeah, it's hot. But like,
So you're in between winter and summer is when the ice is just melting away.
yeah, you guys would call it spring. We call it just like fucking.
Oh, okay.
It's like you step outside. You're like, if you're not in like rain boots, you're just like, you're like,
A lot
oh,
of-
Yeah.
Down here, a lot of people like to say we don't have a spring because we go from cold to hot pretty quick. It's like a 2-week period or so.
oh,
It's
nice.
decent weather.
Yeah, that's,
But I mean, 4 months of just balls hot for like 8 months of nice cool weather. That's a great trade-off in my mind.
Yeah, it is.
We have 8
And you
months,
can be inside to stay away from the sun.
yeah, we have 8 months of snow, 2 months of watch the snow melt, and then and then 2 months of like, hey, it's kind of summer.
It's kind of summer. All right.
Mhm.
That's
Oh.
you know, if you're adapted to the cold, maybe that's not so bad.
You don't adapt. It's negative 22 right now.
There's no adapting to that.
If you would get
No,
out of
that's
Minnesota,
not
would you
bad.
leave?
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Now that my kids are older enough, but like before this, like I toured places like in New Mexico and North Carolina when I was going to like picking a college. It's like, yeah, this would be so much better. I fucking hate Minnesota.
What's the
Yeah,
wind chill?
Oh, the wind chill?
Yeah.
It's immeasurable.
Oh, okay.
No, it's negative like 50-ish wind chill. It's negative 22 air temp. Right now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
when your kids go off to college, you send them. Are you going to leave the state, pack, and go somewhere a little warmer?
I'm gonna leave my wife and kids, and I'll just come down with you guys.
Someone have a room, make space for you. Come on down, bro.
No, but for sure, Arizona is like my ultimate.
Oh no.
freeze frame.
I love Arizona. I've been there plenty of times. It's perfect. Everyone complains about dry heat. Fucking murder me. Dry heat. Oh, it's 115. I'll golf.
Yeah.
That's a lot better than the humidity.
Yeah, there's,
Humidity is the worst.
yeah. So
Yeah.
our 2 months of heat in Minnesota is also 85% humidity. You want to kill
Oh,
Oh,
yourself.
that's gross. That's so
That's
Like you
gross.
can't go
crazy.
outside because it's too cold. Literally, school's been canceled multiple times a year because you can't have your kids or like whatever go wait at a bus stop for more than 3 minutes because if not every part of their body is covered, they're gonna get frostbite.
I didn't even think of that, bro. That's crazy.
Where I went to college in even more northern Minnesota than where I live, we had tunnels. They built tunnels underground, and this college was built in like the 1910s, so you could walk to your classes underground. And you guys are pissed off about 110-degree heat.
I will take it any day, bro.
Bro,
Bro, first of all,
it's
after
actually great because you
af-
can actually just cook your eggs on your car.
Fuck, that sounds awesome.
fast
I will
food to
lay,
go, you
I
know?
will lay on my car and cook it on my non-tan chest. We don't have enough sun for my chest to tan. Till I inject the inside of my body, like you know.
After like
Yeah.
108, it all feels the same, so it doesn't even matter. 108,
No, I know,
120,
but-
130.
I mean, I understand. Like I've been there when it's hot, like in the hot times, and like it hurts. Like especially trying to get into a car when somebody doesn't have like the reflector on the windshield.
Yeah.
Like you
Oh
guys
yeah, that
need,
could be.
you guys need the reflector on the windshield for the sun. We need it so like our fucking windshield doesn't have like the frozen marks. Like because you have to wait for the inside of the car to heat. When it's this cold, not only does the outside windshield freeze up, but so does the inside. So you're just like, I'd like to drive, and they're like, nah, fuck you. This is
I've
20
experienced that.
minutes. Yeah, it's like 20 minutes of you sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
But I also wouldn't want to touch like that leather fucking steering wheel at 3,000 degrees.
Yeah.
You ever seen the pictures of like Arizona heat and someone driving with an oven mitt, just
Yeah,
holding the steering wheel?
or like Nolan said, like where they're cooking eggs outside, even on the sidewalk. You
Cooking them on the car.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Just cook,
I've never
breakfast on the way to work, man.
I've never experienced like I could maybe in like July, August, like we get into the 80s, 90s, and sometimes rarely in the hundreds, but like the humidity at 85%, like we might not be able to cook an egg, but like we can plant a seed on the top of a car and then we'll grow a fucking tree in 22 minutes.
That'd be fun.
It's literally like you step outside and it's so wet it just like hits you in the face like Aquaman.
Mhm.
Like that scene where Jason Momoa jumps in. What it feels
like a little kiss on the neck.
Yeah.
Well, growing up, I would spend my summers in Wisconsin, and I definitely know that humidity where, I'd be going out swimming out to the lake, and I would already be wet before I'd even get in the lake.
Yep.
It's horrible.
And it doesn't make sense because it's so dry. Like everyone right now has like the ashiest, driest skin in the world because it's so cold, and like the humidity is literally at zero, which is hard. It's not zero, but like you're so dry. Like you get out of the shower and like you dry off, and you're just like, well, I should probably lotion myself, and then I should lotion myself again. It's like, well, I'm itchy. It's like, yeah, I should probably lotion myself. And then literally 7 months later, you're like, you get out of the shower, you're like, well, it still feels like I'm under the shower spout. Let me fucking talcum powder myself everywhere. Then you put on a t-shirt. You put on a t-shirt that's gray, and it ends up being just like dark gray. And it's like, oh, I sweat through that. Certainly can't wear white today. We're just not going outside.
When you said talcum powder, I imagine you put it everywhere and then just do like the dog shake and just goes everywhere.
Kinda, yeah. Like you literally just
have to get a new bottle every weekend. Just fucking.
Yeah. I think we should take Abe. We should take Abe out of context just doing this.
That's pretty good too. Just everyone do it.
Yeah.
Everyone join in. Brian, do it.
Johnny Sins intern.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh man.
All right, keep us rolling, Anthony. I can keep talking.
All right, that's all good. Nothing wrong with Minnesota. So
no, it sucks.
Well, there's a lot wrong in Minnesota.
Is there? All right. We'll circle back to it. But all right. So something crazy just happened 2 days ago. A wake up to fucking an acquisition. A $68 billion acquisition.
Oh yeah.
Of Microsoft buying Blizzard-Activision. That's so much money, dude. And all the IPs they're gonna be getting.
They've got some deep pockets, dude.
Let's give like a 20-30 second, like your opinion on it, like everybody's opinion. Just let's go.
It's incredible. I can see why. Big companies like to buy smaller companies for their IPs, especially when they have a big fan base. All right, what's up? What's so funny? Fuck you.
This is the only scenario where you can call big and smaller companies.
Yeah, I was about to say
like a $1 trillion company to a $100 billion company.
Well, I was gonna say that's. I mean, you see this all the time. You see this all the time, but it's not like Microsoft is just kind of flexing nuts. They're just like, we're the big dog. You guys tried combining so many years ago, and you couldn't hang with us still. Now we're gonna buy you. Thank you.
It's because Activision's on fire. That's probably why they were able to do this.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it has to do with how on fire they are, because the legal shit that's going on with Blizzard-Activision now that Microsoft's the bottom, and they're flipping, whatever, their QA, their whatever departments they flip from Blizzard-Activision to Microsoft, like that. And like Anthony and I were talking earlier, like, also MLG TV, I don't know if you guys remember this, like in the Black Ops 2 days, they were forced to stream on that, and Microsoft owns that. Or no, Activision Blizzard owns that, and Microsoft obviously failed hard with Mixer. There's so many things in the background that I'm not sure, like as the consumer, we're not going to be able to figure out why they bought this and that. But like they're going to flip all of the legal shit around, because now, hey, new boss in this area, new owner in this area, new HR department here. So like all the stuff that Activision Blizzard had going on, like that's why they got it for, what was it, 68 billion?
Yeah.
68.7.
And they paid fucking cash for it.
How many briefcases would that be?
Well, they didn't actually. They didn't act. That would be awesome. But
that's the
they just drive up a truck with a bunch of briefcases.
Yeah. They didn't actually pay cash for it. You know what I mean? But like they didn't have to like subsidize any of Microsoft stock. Like they're just like, we'll give you $95 per share. Here you go. Which
They use their debit card.
basically, yeah.
Unlimited credit.
But that, like Anthony and I were talking about earlier, and I just remember this from like watching a video a couple months ago about how the old Black Ops 2 stuff had to stream on MLG TV. I'm like, oh shit, Activision Blizzard owns that. I'm pretty sure. Like, there's so much stuff in the background that's in this purchase that we're not going to figure out for the next 1 to 5 years.
Yep.
But all I care about is, like, as somebody who played WoW forever, like, I just think if Microsoft can make any of that shit better, great.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I'm hoping they're able to make better decisions. Essentially, that's really it. I hope that they make all of their IPs a little bit better, but I don't think that'll happen for quite some time. I think it'll take a few years, but once it does happen, if it happens at all, if that's where their priorities lie, then it'd be pretty cool to see. But
do you remember, Nolan, the MLG.TV, the streaming site?
Yeah.
It's almost as on the back end style that Twitch is. And I wonder if that was something that they had to do, because Mixer sucked. I don't know if you ever browsed Mixer or watched, like, because I used to watch like
just
Shroud.
Tiny bit.
Yeah.
I would watch Shroud all the time over there because Shroud, as an FPS person, Shroud is awesome. Like,
mechanically gifted for sure.
Yeah, and he may not be like engage his audience, but like he doesn't have to because of how. And he's probably one of the few streamers that is like this. Like, he is so mechanically good at playing the game. You watch him to be like, holy shit, you look like you're cheating, but we know you're not cheating because we can see your hands. And even him and Ninja at the time, who was the biggest streamer by far, couldn't carry this terrible platform over.
Yeah.
But MLG TV during the Black Ops 2 was like, it wasn't even. The CDL league at that time wasn't even that good, but like they forced, like Sundance, D. Giovanni forced them to stream there. So you had Nadeshot and Scump and even Formal at those times, like all the big people, like you had to stream on MLG TV. But the framework was pretty good. It was pretty much like Twitch, and I don't know if there's patents or and that's the reason why Mixer couldn't deal with that. But like if we see like Mixer, not Mixer or whatever, they have a streaming service come up in like the next couple of months, we'll know that was a big reason why they spent $70 billion to buy Activision Blizzard.
I have a note from our intern. He believes it would take 30,000 briefcases for all that money.
30,000, geez.
I mean,
that's crazy.
So just look at that. That would be.
I wonder how much money
He
those
did the math.
briefcases would cost.
Can you imagine being at that small table where you're just like, hey,
like,
we're gonna give you $95 per share. It's like, well, we're selling 1.35 billion shares. Yeah, we're gonna give you $70 billion.
Were they trading at that much? Is this if you had stock in it, are you getting 3 times your stock value? What was the trading before this whole thing?
So they bought the majority shares to buy the company.
Yeah, 51%.
Yeah, they cost them 68 billion or whatever. So $95 per share to have the majority ownership of the company.
Yeah,
which ended up being almost just shy of 70 billion.
But I'd like to know, we can look it up. What was the stock trading before the announcement, and what did it jump to afterwards? Because
it jumped down. Both of them jumped down right away.
Really?
Yep, I looked at it once it got leaked. I don't know what it is now, but it jumped down $13 a share for Microsoft, and Activision went like $3, $4, $5 down a share. Which I don't know how that's going to work. Or like, are they going to fully, and stocks are a weird thing, especially when like, you're buying out a company. Like, are you going to fully like vest their share, like all of everyone's shares into you're going to make this Microsoft shares, or are they going to be Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard, which probably for tax purposes would be the best thing, because Microsoft's in Seattle, Activision Blizzard is in. Shit, are they in Seattle too?
I thought they were in LA.
They might be in LA. They're in California, right? Yeah.
I think so.
I thought Blizzard was in Washington.
No, I don't know. That's gonna be a weird thing to think about. I don't know. And then you also got to think about: are they trying to get this like these three conglomerate like big companies to deal with Facebook's metaverse when they Meta and then the metaverse
to compete in it, or to get a bigger share, a bigger like space in the metaverse?
No, to create their own metaverse to deal with whatever's going on there. Because Amazon's waiting on what right now? The Lord of the Rings TV series that they're spending $800 million on, which I'm a fan of. I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings. But what else is New World's a failure? New World's
The Boys.
Oh, the Boys is good too. But I mean, like
the Boys are here right now. What do you mean?
It's nothing like it's not going to bring in the money like Lord of the Rings, though.
No, but that Lord of the Rings is an $800 million first series.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're shooting it in New Zealand still, or whatever. But wait, what does Amazon now have against Microsoft? Like,
I don't really think Microsoft's going to be competing with Amazon. I think what Microsoft is doing is they're trying to control video games because they know that it's like an unstoppable money horse.
Right.
And them buying out Activision's really going to hurt Sony. I think that's the biggest, because I mean, all they have to do is be like, all right, Call of Duty, that's ours now. You guys don't get Call of Duty.
Think about what the Game Pass is going to have.
Right.
Exactly.
Anthony, we talked about this earlier. What does Sony have?
Blu-ray.
They have the TVs and like the tech stuff.
Sony owns the right to Blu-ray and DVD and all of that shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as we talked about earlier, every time an Xbox is sold that has Blu-ray, PlayStation, Sony gets a piece of that because some of their hardware is in it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way and honestly, if Microsoft wanted to, and they made COD an exclusive to PC Microsoft, do you think they're going to lose like the billions of dollars they get from people who own PlayStations that are going to fucking download their newest whatever Vanguard predecessor is?
I mean,
know. They should, but I don't know if they will.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. This whole thing is weird because I don't think any of us were expecting this. And we also still haven't seen anything from the Bethesda buyout either.
Yeah.
And that I think was like a year or two ago. And we still really haven't seen anything from that. And I think Activision's probably...
Maybe they know something. Maybe they've seen the Bethesda after MMO that they've been pretending to leak. And they're like, wow, this is good. Like this, like WoW was fucked. New World was been fucked. Like maybe that's why it is. And I'm fine with that because I'm a huge fan of MMOs.
Mm-hmm.
But like WoW, as WoW right now, and I've played it like every expansion since Mists of Pandaria. Like I wasn't like an original adopter of it. I thought it was stupid. I hated it. And then like I spent like maybe a week getting into it, and I was like, yeah, shit, I was here forever. Like to the point where I was like a top 200 world raider. Like that's how much I rated. Wow. And now it's garbage, and I don't want to play it. But like, I would really like somebody to like reinvigorate WoW, because New World was supposed to be that for Amazon, and it's certainly not. Like New World has what? A million. I
think it pretty much came and went.
Yeah, 1 million concurrent viewer or players, 100,000, and now it's just like Shroud sometimes with his girlfriend.
But it did get a lot of people to spend $40 on the game. I spent $40 on the game, and I put 35 minutes into it.
Damn.
I'm excited though for like I said earlier, Game Pass, because Game Pass is already fucking humongous. And it's probably one of the best deals ever for games. Like for example, Back 4 Blood, I thought that game was going to be amazing. It wasn't. But it was okay. It was probably worth like $15-$20, but you can get that on Game Pass. You can get
Or just play Left 4 Dead.
multitude- Yeah, or you can do that, which I
I
already
play Left 4 Dead with Nolan. He
Mind you,
put so many hours into the mod.
so
good.
many hours, man. I have like over. I mean, I know some people just destroy my amount of hours, but I have like over 400. And so I love that game. But you have so many games.
Game Pass is Epic, like Epic's free weekly thing.
Well, sure, yeah.
If you're not collecting the free games Epic gives you, I don't know what you're doing.
But
Just add
it's
it to your library.
Huge. You can get.
But now
I'm looking at the list right now. Most of the Battlefield games, Gears of War.
But now it's
everything.
better. Like now it's going to be, and that's why you're saying like Game Pass is going to be better. Like Epic did this a year and a half ago, and we're all just like shit. Like we had this. I played it like when I used to stream. I used to stream like these weird, obscure Epic games for free, and they were super fun.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like Nolan was saying, like Xbox Game Pass has. And he's looking at it right now, and I can see him licking the side of his face right now. He said,
Pretty much, yeah. He's looking at his chops.
all the Gears of War games are on there?
I mean, so many different games are on here. And you would be... Unless you're like me and you just stick to, Left 4 Dead and Portal and the Master Chief Collection, then... And you're trying to, experience new games, this is the thing to buy. And Activision Blizzard, I mean, what the fuck, dude? You're going to put all the Call of Duty games on there? We don't know that. But holy hell, man. I mean, so why not get
put most of them in there?
Why not get an Xbox? Why not get a PC? Like nobody's going to want. Nobody's going to want to get a PlayStation after this.
So let's think about this.
They don't have those games on there too.
What is the PlayStation exclusive now? It is God of War.
God of War, yeah.
And
Horizon.
Uncharted,
yeah.
Last
those are
of
the
Us?
two I was thinking of. Last of Us, you can play on fucking PC right now.
Oh, sweet! I'm adding to the list. But
Horizon,
they don't got much.
Just think of all the so many good IPs they're getting. I mean, I know Overwatch 2 has had some hiccups, but you get that. You get the StarCraft series, COD. You get a lot of things.
As an Activision Blizzard.
Hearthstone.
Well, yeah, Hearthstone? As a person, Hearthstone doesn't need it.
They're gonna get a lot of money from Hearthstone, though.
If the Call of Duties go on Game Pass, though, just think about it. Like everybody that's so tired of spending $60 every single year on a Call of Duty game, just for it to be the same thing. Yep. Fuck off, dude! I'm just gonna get the Game Pass.
It is, and you know what? They're
$60 a year.
They're gonna make the same amount of money. Fucking the two Call of Duty studios that are gonna bring out the games is. Yeah, this was a really good. I can't believe that this got passed as a non-monopoly.
It's because there's still Sony and Nintendo. I think that's the only things that are keeping it from being considered a monopoly.
Well, they bought studios, so I mean, you got to think of there's EA still, and what's
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, yeah.
Rockstar.
Epic. Talk about a failure the platform, the Epic. I'm sorry, Rockstar is their version of Steam and shit.
Yeah.
You had right.
So GTA 5 has been out for almost as long as my oldest kid has been alive.
But now, yeah.
When GTA 6 comes out, and it will come out,
it's not. I'm convinced it's not. They make too much money off of GTA Online. Why even bother making a 6 when you make billions of dollars?
Well, hold on, because you get with a 10 years, 12 years life, and then at the 15-year mark, start it all over again. And they're going to get all the money again.
Because this acquisition happened between Microsoft and Activision Blizzard, and now all of a sudden GTA 6. I bet it's the 20th today. I bet we get an announcement at the CES is gone. What's the next one?
E3?
I think
E3 is the summer.
I don't think it'll be the summer, but I bet we get a GTA 6 announcement before 2023. And then everyone will shit their pants and everyone will buy it.
Why? You think this puts pressure on the other studios?
Oh, why not? pressure on the higher ups of the other studios to hire the people that are gonna, because they're gonna kick people out of Activision.
I feel bad for the people going to get laid off.
I do, but I also hope that working conditions get better.
They're gonna get picked up real quick too.
For sure, yeah. They got the experience and the resume for it.
Yeah, I hope the people that do get laid off are shitheads. I mean, like,
honestly,
all right.
Like, get them out, right?
Hot take.
The only reason this acquisition, jeez, why can't I say that right now? The only reason this buyout can happen is because there's a lot of shit.
I like how you changed the word. He's like, I'm not fucking with it again.
Well, yeah, exactly. They're just people making really bad decisions over there.
3-4 years ago, Activision Blizzard is bigger than Microsoft.
When did that the merger happen? I feel like it was like 5-6 years ago, right?
Yeah, probably around 5, right?
I thought it was when Overwatch came out, which would be, I think,
Overwatch came out
6 years ago.
I think Overwatch was 2016. Devin,
So 6
look it up.
When did Overwatch came out?
2016.
Was it?
Shit.
I believe so, yes.
The merger happened before?
GTA 5 came out in 2013.
Think so.
He's correct. May of 2016.
Okay.
Did you mispronounce 1997, Nolan?
No, GTA 5.
I feel it. That's how long GTA 5 has been around. Jesus Christ.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. It's never going to come out. They have GTA Online.
They will. It'll come out.
I mean, they abandoned Red Dead. I don't know if you guys saw that at all. They basically just are done with the Red Dead Online.
Well,
They're just going to go back to GTA.
Well, yeah, they basically stopped the story of Red Dead. Like, you can't, like, you'd have to make a new. What was the preface or the pre-game to Red Dead? What was it called?
Red Dead Revolver.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, I like that one. Ooh.
Yeah.
PS2, man. That's the only version I played.
So they could probably bring it back to a Red Dead Revolver 2 and just like branch it off, but like you can't kill off your main character in 75 different ways. And you know what I mean? Like,
or just tell a different story.
I was gonna say they can go through the Skyrim route and just release it every 2 years on a different platform.
I have never played any of those games, by the way.
Oh, I enjoyed Skyrim. It was fun.
I love Skyrim.
Never.
I didn't play anything else like Morrowind or any of the Elder Scrolls.
Not Oblivion.
It was just no. I was oblivious to it the whole time, bro.
Oh, Oblivion's fun. It did not age well, but it's fun.
No.
Was that a pun?
What?
Were you trying to say that you were oblivious to it?
Yes, it just went right. Unless Brian steamrolled past it.
I steamrolled past it.
I've never been one to not like. I've loved video games forever, but like once online or like playing against your friends, like I didn't have to have him there or somebody playing against me in like Xbox Live. I used to have the adapter on the back of the PS2. You know what I mean? Like you plugged it in and you could play Madden online. Once that happened,
was that the same adapter for like SOCOM? Like I feel like there was a big piece.
Yeah, to play online. Like once I could play against other people that weren't sitting next to me, I was done. Like video games were a different thing.
Yeah, I'm all about multiplayer. I can't play. I stopped buying games for stories because I only get like 20% into it and I'm done. I go back to multiplayer.
I haven't played a single player game since
Mario 3, NES.
Nope. Well, I guess you could consider the first few Grand Theft Autos single player games. But like a straight up single player game where like you could play another game online, like when you could only play a game with somebody next to you or the game in front of you. It was like Devil May Cry 2. Like maybe PS1?
When you play with someone next to you?
No, like that was like the last single player game I ever played.
Oh, okay.
Oh, DMC2 was on PS2.
Yeah, that was like the last one where like you were doing like double, triple jumps. You had the double guns out, and it was awesome. Like and I'm sure that like single player games are great, but like that's just not what interests me anymore. Like I want to fuck up some like
that was a big pause. That was a big pause
because I heard it in my head. I want to show somebody in another state that I'm better than them at the game we're playing online, rather than I would just like want to load up a single player game and like walk through a basement. Like, do you guys know what the game Myst? Like one of the first. Well,
Oh, that's not a fair comparison for single player games.
Mist.
It is one of the.
What is Mist?
Literally,
Give me a rundown of the Mist.
Brian, I'm glad you know this. It's literally like it's one of the first single player games, and it was so ahead of its time of like solving the puzzles and like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically Myst was a puzzle game where it did not give you like hardly any clues. And because it came out, I think, in the 90s.
98, 99,
something like that. So the internet was still very, very new at this point. So you couldn't just look it up, answers or anything. So some people who I knew who played it, I've only played it just a little bit. But the people I knew who played it got so into it because they were like obsessed with these puzzles because they were so in depth and they didn't really give you a whole lot of clues or anything. And so, but yeah, people love Myst.
You said 98, 99?
Something like that, yeah.
It's like
So was it PC
early
release?
PC. It was only
Okay.
PC. Yeah.
it was also on the old blue around Mac because that's where I played it on.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
It's literally like the first game outside of like a dungeon text crawler, like where you're like, I moved left. You know, you remember those like the text crawlers? You ever played
Mhm.
those?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the text out what your next move was going to be.
yeah. Yep. It was that, but at the time, like it was just so like you're walking yourself out to a lighthouse. You're turning the lighthouse to a certain angle degree that brings up the light on a certain piece of like shard of paper that gives you half of a combination that you have to go back up into the fucking cabin. Like Myst was what got me into video. Like maybe how old was I? Like I was like maybe 10, 11 at the time. And I probably put 1,000 hours into this game because like Brian said, there was no going on to Google to figure out like, oh, what's the combination to this lock? There was no walkthroughs for this. Like this is just as pure as like, holy shit, I don't know what's going on. I should probably go here. Oh, okay, I'm just walking. And then you look in the upper left, upper right corner. You're just like left, right, up, down. Like, oh my God, there's a piece of paper here and there's the letter A on it. What does that mean? Well, put that in the back of your head for 17 hours later.
I mean, we're talking like notebooks people would keep with themselves while playing this game and like write down stuff. And
So you don't forget. Yeah, it makes sense.
yeah.
Just have a big ass fucking 5-star binder pens and shit and writing everything down.
Yep. And
You got to keep notes, man.
And that's what got me into it. Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. Myst.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I love my single player games. I honestly prefer them over multiplayer.
Boo.
I know, but I still enjoy my multiplayer.
What? Don't boo this man.
Let him enjoy what he wants to enjoy. Jeez.
Yeah, man, I've been enjoying some Breath of the Wild lately and stuff.
Okay.
Like I love just going around and exploring that big map. It's so relaxing.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, yeah, I used to be
Oh, Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. I used to be super into playing multiplayer all the time, like especially during Halo 3 and when Halo Reach first came back.
And then Halo
out,
Infinite attacked.
No, then Halo 4 attacked, and then
Halo 4 attacked.
Halo 4 attacked everyone. Halo 4 attacked everyone. We all
It did. It was
yeah.
Sure.
But Halo 3 and Halo Reach were the days where I was, and you know, that's fucking 12 years ago. Wow. Even more for Halo 3, and that's when I was super into multiplayer. Like I wanted to stomp your neck in some multiplayer, and I was trying to be the best. I mean, this is when I was like 11 to like 14 too. Like I was very into this.
Feels a competitive edge, you know?
Right. And then for whatever reason, then I started like calming down, if you will. And
slowing down in your old age.
Especially because, you know, I wasn't into the story of Halo anymore since Halo 4. Halo 4 was just I don't know what's going on, dude. This is boring. Halo 5 made it worse. and I don't know about Infinite yet, and Halo 4 multiplayer I did play for a while, kind of fanboying, but I eventually realized that
It was the worst.
it wasn't very good. So
It was
I mean,
COD.
it was better than Halo 5, but that doesn't mean much. So then I just kind of stopped playing multiplayer in general, I suppose. I went to Black Ops 2 actually. Black Ops 2 was my shit for a while. But
That game is one of the best games that's ever existed,
yeah,
multiplayer wise.
yeah.
The maps were great. The guns were great.
Yeah, I think it was one of the last good CODs that we got. And yeah, so anyways, that was my multiplayer experience. And then after Black Ops 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, I just got out of it. Something about those games were just stellar multiplayers for me. And then I haven't really found a multiplayer experience. Maybe aside from Infinite, but they still got a lot of work to do until I'm really hooked. So single
My
player for me
multiplayer
too.
game for me, be introduced to,
Fall Guys.
bro, man, if you want to hear me yell, you play some Fall Guys. It kills
I
me.
love Fall Guys.
Yeah, I was streaming it one night and my girl was sleeping, and she's
had
like,
a
"I've never
blast.
heard you yell so much." Except when you're like, I played CS and we can get bad, but she's like, "I've never heard you yell so much while you're playing Fall Guys, bro."
Did you ever
I had a
get grabbed by those people that sit by the goalpost?
Oh yeah.
Of
And
course.
just hold on to you?
Oh my god,
Gatekeepers? Yeah.
the gatekeepers are assholes, bro.
Fall Guys literally they played their shit really well with Tim the
Tim the Tab Man, I know him so
Like,
good.
what-
I finished his sentence.
Dang.
where
Yeah.
where he couldn't get a win, and he was getting 300,000 viewers. And Fall Guys they played it up perfectly, like their Twitter, their social media, everything.
If
That
you're
game
Tim
was-
the Tab Man, do you just keep taking the L just so you can keep those 300,000 concurrent viewers?
Just take the L.
Honestly, I think we would have figured out if he was trying to take the L. But he was just that bad at that time. But I mean, we're gonna talk to the guy. He's fucking. He would keep taking the L if you're gonna get 300,000 viewers on Twitch, and then he eventually got the win or whatever it was. But like Fall Guys, they like pirouetted off of what was going on. Like their social media accounts were like tweeting out all this shit, and like everyone got into it. Like even I got into it because of that. I was like, this is hilarious. Like this.
Yeah,
is
the PR
We
team played
needed
it
it.
well.
yeah, but the game is fun.
It's so fun.
Then it just died because after that, like that's such a high that there's no middle ground anymore. You just go low.
Yeah, it peaked and then dropped like same way like
Yeah.
Among Us, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing because the popular streamers stopped streaming Among Us.
Mhm.
My kids and I would my 10 and 7-year-old daughters would play Among Us with me, and I would be like looking at them on the tab, and I'm just like, "You're cheating! Like you guys are right next to each other. Quit
they're
being
out to
little
get you.
Quit being little shits right now, all right?" But like that's another one, and those videos were so popular on YouTube, like between like Courage JD and Pokimane, like Disguised Toad, like the people that were streaming those like highlight videos of Among Us were so popular, and then they stopped.
People lived for the arguments between rounds, dude.
Yeah. So I don't.
Yeah.
And this is another thing with like the weird YouTube algorithm. Like it's kind of like big peaks and valleys. Like games. It's not so much the games. It's the popularity of the people putting out content for X subject, right? Let's say like we all invented a game right now. Let's say we all invented tic-tac-toe, right? But we
Mhm.
put gambling inside of it. Like every X costs $25, every O costs $30. You can only do a certain amount of X's. Tic-tac-toe is fucking 9 squares, whatever. It's mathematically impossible to lose if you know what you're doing. But we'll watch dumb people spend money putting an X in the top right corner instead of like the middle, and then watching somebody else who also has a lot of money be like, this motherfucker is dumb. I'm going to put an O in the middle. You know what I mean? That's basically what streamers are doing to video games. Hold on.
I kind of agree with that. So the reason why I say kind of is because there's so many things that are vying for everybody's attention these days.
Right.
Because if you look at it back in the day, like going back in time, what were the multiplayer games? Modern Warfare 2, Halo 3. Those were your multiplayer choices. Nowadays, it's triple that, quadruple that. There's so many choices and everything. So I think everybody gets hyped on something for a little bit, and then the next shiny comes along. And I think Among Us killed Fall Guys because everybody was all into Fall Guys, and then Among Us dropped. Everybody who was playing Fall Guys moved over to Among Us.
Hold on, I think Among Us was around for a while. Then somebody caught wind of it. It's a decent game, and then everyone started playing it. I feel like Among Us has been out for a while.
I don't know. It's just kind of what it seemed like to me. But
you're not wrong. But those games were both along for a while before popular streamers picked them up.
That's why I say kind of, because I do agree with that. Because I would say the biggest example of something that got famous off of YouTube was Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh,
that would be my biggest example of that.
That's 100%. You're correct with that.
Yeah, so that would be a good example of like, no, Twitch streamers made this game series what it was because people played it, like Markiplier and then the game theory stuff with Matt Pat and all that stuff. And so I see both sides of it. So that's why I kind of sit in the middle with it.
Is that game pretty scary?
It depends on how you do with jump scares. I'm more into the series for the lore.
Yep. But the people who have good editing teams can make it look like the first Friday the 13th movie.
Mm-hmm.
And every million plus of views, like, you either take advantage of it or you don't.
Yeah.
As a content creator or a game creator.
I have a question for you guys.
I love it.
So would you say that, so take Halo 3 and Halo Reach, for example. Take, get out of here, man.
I mean, it's your go-to every time. Let's go.
Well, it's a good question, though. So take those as an example, okay? Core Halo formula that works, okay? Which is, a lot of stuff. Okay, I won't get into that, but would you
Arena
say,
shooter.
Well, no. That's Halo 5.
Has it not always been an arena shooter?
That's always what the category was. Yeah, small arenas.
I mean, kind of. Anyways,
no,
that's not the question. So, Halo Infinite, would you say that is the most recent Halo that has returned to form the most?
No. Not even close.
You think Halo 5 was closer?
No, I've never played Halo 5.
Okay.
And I never will.
What I'm saying.
What's form we're going off of? Is it Halo 2 form? Is it Halo 3 form?
I'm basing it off of Halo 3, Halo Reach. You have things on the map that you can go pick up, such as armor abilities or bubble shield, power drains, regenerators, things of this nature.
Reach
you take the sandbox. You take Reach is closer to Halo 3. Yeah. No, I'm not debating that. I'm saying Halo Infinite. Is that the closest that we have gotten to Halo 3 and Halo Reach?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
With 343. With 343 in particular.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Maybe
1,000%. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. So
because there's no loadouts.
Right. There's no loadouts. There's
you have
none of that crap.
Default sprint map or weapons drop on default points on the map.
Yeah.
And there's a default game types.
Exactly. So there's no thruster, there's no ground pound, Spartan charge, just none of this bullshit.
No.
So this is the closest we've been to a classic Halo game in a very long time, since 343 has taken over.
Yeah.
And this launch was bare bones as fuck. I mean, there's nothing here, but
they had one core. They had one shoe on.
Right. They launched this game bare bones, but it is Halo. Like, I would look at Halo Infinite and be like, I mean, yeah, that's a Halo game. Halo 5, I don't know if I could say that, but This is a Halo game. And
not before Forge for Halo 5. All of the competitive Halo maps, or 4 of the 6, the competitive Halo maps in Halo 5 were Forge maps.
Right, which just makes me, it just makes me wonder why they didn't have it in there. But there were people, and still are people, that say that Halo wouldn't have survived back then. Halo 3 in particular, I hear this a lot. Halo wouldn't have survived back then because the competition was Modern Warfare 2 and COD 4 and maybe Battlefield 3. I don't know when that came out.
Battlefield wasn't even really in the conversation. I only ever knew people who played either COD or Halo.
It's never been in the conversation.
Yeah.
It was there on the sidelines, but anyways,
as a competitive game.
No. I'm just saying that things that could grab your attention.
Yes.
For example.
Yes.
That cat grabbed my attention right now.
Maybe Gears of War.
Gears of War 1 for sure.
Yeah. So anyways, people say that Halo 3 may have not survived back then had it been for the lack of competition. I don't think that there was a lack of competition, but I also think that Halo Infinite is a perfect example of something that is so close to Halo 3 or Reach, very, very close to the original formula, and yet it launched like shit, bare bones, custom games doesn't work, and everybody is talking about it. Everybody is into this game. Everybody is in love with Halo again. Yet it was a shitty launch, and it's the core Halo formula for the most part. So I wanted to bring that up because I feel like all these people saying, oh, Halo 3 wouldn't have survived if it had competition. But look at all the competition it has now, and yet it's exploding. It's getting Game of the Year from some...
It will be Game of the Year. It will 1000% be Game of the Year.
Right, so I think it's silly.
Probably more than likely.
I think it's silly when people say that Halo 3 wouldn't have survived if it had competition.
I don't think they were really alive or aware at that time, because I completely disagree. As someone who was in high school at that time, no, that was literally only COD or Halo that people were playing.
But the best COD was out at the same time.
The best Halo, I would say, at least multiplayer wise, was out at the time.
But that's what I'm saying though, is I think there was competition. Now, whether you agree with that or not, that's fine. That's not really the argument. It's more so the fact that Halo Infinite is the closest we've gotten to a Halo 3 since 343 has taken over. And yet everybody is falling in love with it regardless of the competition.
Because
that's why I'm saying.
Because that is the... As a competitive gaming standpoint, Halo 3 4v4 with the maps that were existing at the time is the most fun to watch in the most money that has ever existed as like prize pools. You remember at that time Black Ops 1 was out. You know what happened after Black Ops 2 and whatever? They went to 4v4. They had one search and destroy, right? And then they had basically a capture the flag, a King of the Hill, and then a Team Slayer in COD. And it was also really fun to watch those Black Ops 1 and 2 maps, or those two shit going on between Optic and everybody else. But they took it from Halo because that a 4v4, the formula of 4v4 on the maps that are close enough, like, you know, combat, weapons spawning here, weapons spawning there. It doesn't matter for COD. COD, you get loadouts, but when they made loadouts only per player, like you could only have one guy who has sniper, SMG, one guy AR, shotgun. You know, in the Black Ops 2 time. But it was still 4v4.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and
it's spectator friendly. That's what's nice about it.
Yeah. And my point is that for the people that don't think that Halo 3 would have survived back then if it did have competition, I think that Halo Infinite is proving that wrong today. It's the closest we've gotten to a Halo 3, and it has all the competition you could possibly imagine.
And it can only get better because it's only been out 2 months. It can only get better from here.
The best thing it had going for it was that it was free. I don't think if it was free and it was just part of the campaign, I don't think it would have exploded as much as it would have. But the fact that it was free, because there were so many people I knew, because it's like, oh, all you needed was a computer. You didn't even need an Xbox, and you could still play the game. So I think that really, really helped it. as well.
I would agree, and especially because if I paid money for that shit, I would be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I would be fucking mad.
But it's like you said, it's as close to Halo 3. And but the height of MLG Halo 3 was what, 10, 9, 8 years ago? Playing for $1 million prize pools.
2010, 20, yeah.
Think about
2009.
that. Halo 2, we were playing for $10,000. Not for winning prize pools. When I was playing Halo 2 semi-pro shit, like when we were scrimming final boss, the online tournaments that we were dealing with, if we won that online tournament, it was $250. Not per team. That was the prize pool for winning.
Just online tournament?
And we're getting shit on it by Walshy and fucking Ogre 1 and Ogre 2 and Saiyan. You guys probably don't know who Saiyan is. He was probably the best objective player that's ever existed. Look him up on YouTube.
Yeah, redhead. Long hair.
But no, he's long blonde hair. Yeah, but
Hey, reddish. That's a reddish.
that was the joke. That's the way he named himself Saiyan. But like, then when Halo 2 got into Halo 3, like those prize pools were insane. Walshy was a Red Bull athlete before that existed, flying in a plane in like the late 90s.
Yeah, the first one.
And he played Claw. No one played Claw before him.
He influenced Bumper Jumper, right? I mean,
He didn't have a bumper. He didn't need it, bumper jumper. He do whatever he wanted. Like that was. It was so crazy the difference between Halo 2 and Halo 3 prize money because MLG picked it up.
Yeah.
And then MLG picked up the COD streamers. And then they're just like Sundance D. Giovanni must be a billionaire. And I think he was just like, I like video games. I like you, and I like you. Come here.
now he started another company that are running the new HCS tournaments. You know, the tournament organizer.
Wait, he's a part
Organizer.
of the HDS stuff?
No, well, he's a part of Esports Engine.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes, so you know he's back in. That's why the first major was really successful because they went back to the old MLG format. So, and then
That's about 2 hours of video game talk.
yeah, I know that's we're almost at an hour mark. Let's switch it up for video games. Boys,
Which are fun. We love video games. Like
Yeah,
Do you guys
I
want
know,
to talk
right?
about Star Wars?
hold on. Before
I was gonna do it for you if you didn't.
I know.
All right, what do we got?
There's one thing I want to bring up. This week I tried something new.
The Force?
No, I didn't try the Force. Not that. Remember growing up as kids, you wake up, get your cereal on, watch some TV,
Sure, yeah.
multiple boxes of cereal. You
I
know,
remember that, yeah.
right?
What
Well, I tried
cartoon
to-
were you watching?
you rich motherfucker.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hold on. How many boxes did you have?
You had
Just one?
Bonfist?
Well,
I used to fight a homeless guy down to the bridge. Across the lake.
shut up. We had boxes a little bit, and then we switched over to like the Malto meal or Malto brand.
Have you ever had
Yeah,
honeycomb cereal? Anyone?
Yes.
Honeycombs is great.
It's the
I love honeycomb.
it
Honeycombs
doesn't
are awesome.
It doesn't exist. It hasn't existed for years.
Honeycomb?
You
What?
sure?
Yeah.
I mean,
saw
they
that,
just stopped
like-
sending in your way, bro.
I
They-
saw that
they
like
would've
6 months
had
ago
to
at
have.
my local Albertsons, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
the fuck is-
honeycomb.
Albertsons.
I can send you something you want. I can get a case for you. Send it to you, bro.
Yeah, my
man.
local Albertson. Yeah, I have an Uncle Albert too. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, then go get it from him, man. Come on.
Get the hookup.
Anyways, continue.
All right. So this weekend, I was at the store. I came across a new cereal. Every once in a while, you get a new cereal or a seasonal cereal.
Okay.
Anybody familiar with the fast food joint Wendy's?
Oh, I was hoping you were going to talk about this.
I have
Hold
been to
on.
Wendy's. I think
cereal?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I know
Wait, wait,
exactly what he's talking
Okay,
about.
when you think
Is it just like little redhead girls?
No. What's Wendy's main known item?
double cheeseburgers.
No,
it's the wait. Wendy's has the
I
Baconator.
don't know, man.
no. That's Hardee's, right?
it's a treat. It's a dairy treat.
Frosty. It's a Frosty.
Right.
Interesting.
Wendy's has released. Oh, I'm sorry. Kellogg's has released a Wendy's Frosty cereal.
That's cheating.
Is it
Is it
good?
cheating?
That's cheating.
I've tried it. I had 2 bowls.
Does it
It
taste
wa-
like a Frosty? I was so
So-
tempted to buy a box.
So it is chocolate balls with chocolate marshmallows in it.
And then you
Does it taste like a Frosty? Not at all. But it's good because it's good because it's like Cocoa Puffs with Lucky Charm marshmallows, you know? Just
Okay,
chocolate.
yeah. I mean, that sounds pretty good.
That's pretty good.
So
doesn't
does
taste
it
like a
actually
Frosty, but it's
have
good.
decent like chocolate flavor? Because when I was looking at the box, because I was shopping with my wife, and I was like, "Hey, look, they made a Frosty cereal," and she made a disgusted look, and then she just kept walking. And I was holding the box, and I was like, "Do I want to buy this?" Because
I had to
was
try it, bro.
so curious about it.
I had to try it.
But then I looked at the cereal on the box, and I was like, "I don't know, that looks like cheap, shitty cereal." So then I put the box.
Can we all be super honest right now?
All
up?
cereal is cheap and shitty.
No, not Reese's
Okay.
Puffs.
If you're going to Wendy's, you get a Frosty and you get fries. And you
Reese's
dunk,
Puffs. Reese's Puffs.
those fries in that.
I
Frosty.
don't know. I don't know about
fuck
that.
yeah, that
don't
shit's
know.
good.
Wait,
It's
hold on.
very good.
Brian, my man, Anthony. The
Yes.
fuck, you haven't done that?
No, I
This is
I think that sounds weird as fuck. Why would I dunk?
The ultimate
Actually, that sounds
sweet
good.
and
That sounds
salty
good.
combination.
I just
have
haven't
to
done it. It
agree.
kind of sounds
I
good.
have to
Hey,
agree. It sounds fucking weird, but it's very good. It's very
Okay, so
Yeah,
apparently I'm
I
outlier
was on
here.
your boat. I was on your boat too.
75% on your face right now.
Oh,
Like
get
Johnny-
that off my face, bro. What the?
But also think about this: like you're just like,
Mhm.
oh my god, this stuff is probably terrible together. And then you had chicken and waffles. Have you ever had chicken and waffles?
I have. Yes,
It's fucking delicious, right?
it's pretty good. Yes, I
Yeah,
will
it's the
agree with
same
you on
thing.
that one.
It's the
completely
same thing
agree.
as French fries and a Frosty from Wendy's.
But
Actually, I think French fries and Frosties from Wendy's is better than chicken and waffles. Because if you don't,
all
It's
right,
good.
I guess I gotta
You
try
don't have
that
the
this
if you
weekend.
don't have the red syrup, it's a different story.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
That's true. But no, it's just like like I said, chocolate marshmallows, and it tastes like
Yeah.
Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
The chocolate berries or the chocolate puffs. It's just like Cocoa Puffs.
Straight
And
up.
that
Now,
was-
is it old Cocoa Puffs or shitty new Cocoa Puffs?
I don't buy Cocoa Puffs very often,
I
so I couldn't
wait.
tell you.
Wait.
I'm a cereal connoisseur.
Wait.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Hold on,
Oh,
hold on,
no.
hold on,
Please,
hold on.
please
Hold on a
enlighten
minute.
us.
Hold on a minute. Okay.
Sir, cereal.
So Cocoa Puffs, I haven't had those in years. Are they shitty now? Like what happened?
They're not nearly as chocolatey because I took a lot of the sugar out of them.
All right,
so-
cereal. Why would they
How's
take out?
Because they wanted to make it a little healthier, so it's not even like really
Oh.
that intense of a chocolate flavor anymore.
It's
I
not
don't buy
bull sugar
Cocoa
no
Puffs
more?
No, so that's why I go over to Reese's Puffs Town because their cereal isn't shit.
Hold on. We need, and I know I'm gonna win with like the weirdest favorite cereal. What is your guys' favorite cereal? And I don't, regardless of the Cocoa Puffs sugary, this is too chocolatey. Fuck Fred Flintstone and his friends.
and his friends.
Fuck Lucky Charms. Fuck the marshmallows. What is your favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That is an excellent cereal.
Okay.
And you can eat a bag or like a full thing of cinnamon toast crunch,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
you might gain a pound. You, Nolan, but I would gain
I-
22 pounds.
I'm with
yeah,
Dave on that
I
one.
might lose a pound actually. It's very hard for me to
So-
fucking gain
Yeah,
weight.
it's good for you.
I'm with
Yeah.
Nolan on cinnamon toast crunch.
That's your favorite?
Right now it is, but growing up, it was always cinnamon toast crunch and
I don't care about your time frame right now.
bro.
What is-
This is my
favorite
cereal.
Just-
This is my hot take.
Let him speak about cereal, man. It's okay.
So yeah, growing up, it was between two options: the cinnamon toast crunch and Cocoa-Roos, dude. No, I'm sorry, Cookie Crisp. Cookie Crisp. What am I thinking?
Okay, all
Oh,
right.
Remember
Cookie Crisp.
Oh,
Cookie Crisp, bro.
okay, yeah, those.
Be right?
Yes.
Be right?
Mine is Cocoa Pebbles.
That's a great cereal.
Those are very.
That is a good one,
Great
for
cereal.
sure.
And then the after milk is,
Of course.
is like pure chocolate.
I will
milk.
Yeah,
I
that's
will-
true.
This is pure vodka right there. I will give each of you one guess of my favorite cereal. I guarantee you will not get it because I don't even know if it exists where you guys are.
Honeycomb.
No, not even close.
Kidding.
Oh, Raisin Bran Crunch.
Delicious, but no.
Damn. It is available here. I just had to throw that out there.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Who makes it? Give me the brand.
Good question. Do I look,
I'm trying to think of like cereal that I.
do I look for Kellogg's? Like, what the fuck?
Is there a mascot on the box?
No.
They all have a mascot. What are you talking about?
No, it's a bland ass cereal.
Bland ass? Is it lice?
Kicks.
Yeah.
What?
Is it lice?
Kicks.
Did you say lice? Or
No,
rice?
life.
Life.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what Crispix is?
Crispix.
Oh,
Yes,
wait,
yes.
wait,
It's in the blue
yes.
box. It's like, yes,
Yeah.
Crispix. Yes, it comes in the blue box.
It is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best cereal that's ever existed. I love it.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
I love it. I literally, if like, hey, if my wife came up to me like, hey, we should get remarried, what would you like your fucking first meal to be? Well, I would like the fucking the first appetizer to be Crispix, and then a tomahawk steak.
Oh,
But I love Crispix. It's so good. I don't put sugar or anything on it. I just
just eat it as is.
You know why? Because as a kid who was fat growing up, I loved to eat a bunch of things. And you can have an entire box of Crispix. It's like 11 calories. You don't put sugar. Like Anthony, as a power lifter, you are a power lifter.
I am.
You understand that, like, and I do this too. Like, I've seen my abs a few times, like growing up when I was playing basketball.
I've only seen them in pictures.
But I would rather be able to lift heavy things than like look like oh god, I look good on the beach. Look at me, daddy.
So that's why I power lift, because I can, my food goes to it and I can eat and I don't have to worry about fucking dieting. I mean, I should probably diet, but
your Frosty cereal.
yes, my Frosty cereal, yes.
Imagine if you had Crispix. I think a whole box is 12 calories.
Bro, give you know what?
Well,
it
I-
went
give me
up
some
from 11 to
figures,
12.
Give me some kicks.
it's actually 15
That's
calories, but you burn 3 of them opening the bag.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, let's go next topic. Like it's like I love
We're at an hour and 10 roughly.
well, that means we have another hour and a half. Hey, Nolan, you got any supplements?
Supplements. Dr. Nolan. Paging Dr. Nolan.
Urgent dog.
Yeah, you know what,
Nolan.
I was supposed to have notes on this, but I did not, so I'm just gonna go off of memory. Magnesium.
Thank you. I was gonna bring it up. I was gonna suggest it.
Yeah, so Anthony had the idea that I should just go with a crazy one and then a more grounded one. And so magnesium you probably don't think would be very interesting. However, there are like 8 different types of magnesium. Or really just one magnesium binded to 8 different types of things. So there is a magnesium to improve your memory. There's a magnesium to
I need
improve
that.
your well, they sell it at Sprouts. So
A lovely establishment.
absolutely. There is one that acts as a laxative.
Don't need that one.
If you need
That's
that.
the citrate. That's the citrate. Don't take this citrate, right?
It's partially citrate. That's the next in line. The one that's even worse than that is oxide.
Oh yeah, that's the like colonoscopy.
No,
You shit your pants? You
yeah.
gonna shit
Yeah,
your britches?
You're gonna have some disaster pants after that one. So
Ooh.
then the citrate is kind of just your magnesium. It's just kind of there. Okay, so the one that improves your memory is magnesium threonate.
Yes.
Yeah, the one that is a major laxative is oxide. Citrate is just it's very absorbable, but that can give you some disaster pants as well if you're not careful. There is one for sleep. There is one for muscular endurance.
But isn't the sleep and muscular basically the sleep has some type of melatonin in it, and the muscular endurance has some type of creatine, right?
Not melatonin and not creatine, but
Really?
yeah. So the
Give me science. Let's go, baby.
The magnesium glycinate is the one for sleep, and glycine is an amino acid, which is also good for fitness, mind you. But it also tells your body to transfer its heat from the core to your extremities. So that's the first sign that your body is able to go to sleep. So that is very, very useful. I take that every single night. There's magnesium malate, which is malic acid. And that one improves your muscular endurance to some extent here. He's
going to grab his supplement.
Yeah.
The magnesium I have, the bottle just says magnesium. I'm assuming.
Yeah. That's that can be a good thing or a bad thing.
Am I getting rubber-doped? Oh, no.
You might have oxide. Usually companies that don't list their thing is either oxide or citrate. Citrate can, which is good.
I made sure I was pointed to not, someone I work with said, don't get citrate, and took me to this bottle that I have and I've been buying.
And you know what brand it is?
Oh, I feel like it's Now.
That's probably a good one.
Okay.
I don't think Now at our local grocery store sells anything that's oxide. So it's probably I don't know.
It just says magnesium on it, so that's all I know. I was told it was good. I believe you guys when you tell me something. So just don't steer me wrong.
I'm trying to wait for him, but
he's probably grabbing his bottle.
Yeah. So
there he
anyways,
is.
Malate.
That's depressing. I hate missing Nolan's nootropic stuff.
Oh no, we waited for you, man.
Oh, continue then.
We thought you were gonna go get a bottle of magnesium. I thought you had one or something.
No, I had to go take a bottle of my youngest child needs to go back to fucking bed.
Okay, so I'm trying to think here. Magnesium orotate, which is orotic acid.
Isn't that stomach pain shit? Is that your bad? Is that your bad side effect from that?
No. That's
not nauseated. Okay.
No. So magnesium orotate.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
I'm not trying to talk over you. I'm just trying to think of the shit I looked up.
So magnesium orotate is one of the most absorbable ones. I'm pretty sure it's the most absorbable magnesium that you can get, and it actually some athletes actually take magnesium malate and orotate together because malate with the malic acid helps your muscular endurance, but orotate actually helps your muscles. From how I understand it, and the research that I did like a few months ago, is essentially relaxes your muscles in a natural way, of course, and it's not like a sedative effect, but it's basically allowing your muscles to not expend useless energy or what have you. So you're able to expend that during actual exercise. So those are all the magnesiums I can think of right now. There are a couple others like carbonate. Carbonate actually does help with like your stomach and stuff like that. That's why if you ever see like a natural antacid, you'll see calcium carbonate. It's just the carbonate that they're trying to get into you, and that calms your stomach.
I do have a quick question since we're on nootropics. I've always wondered this. When's the best time to take your supplements? I like to take mine because I can remember when I get home from work or right before I go to bed or my last meal of the day.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the supplement you're taking.
I take all of them at the same time.
It depends on what it is. If it's anything natural, it's generally okay to do it anytime. I would say that, if you're doing something like, because I know you take lion's mane, right?
Yes, I just ran out, man, and I missed the sale for it, and it's kind of expensive.
Yeah, well, lion's mane, you can take any time of day.
Mm-hmm.
I actually get a coffee that has lion's mane in it, but So I get it in the morning. But if I were to take it as a pill, usually I do it either morning or nighttime, just because lion's mane takes a while to work. So you're not going to see like immediate effects from lion's mane. At least most people don't. Some people say they have a reduction in anxiety and stuff like that, but it takes about 3 weeks to a month to actually feel benefits of lion's mane because it's working on nerve growth factor.
Let's talk
shit.
about that as well. Like a lot of, hey, if you're looking at this and you're taking a weird nootropic for the first time, in 2 days, you will not feel the effects of it. Like
Depending on what it is, yes.
Yeah, most of the things that are going to give you a long term like benefit is in the 3 to 4 week area.
Yeah, that's true. If you go, and a lot of people will start taking Bacopa honorary.
Yeah.
What's that?
So it's an herb. It's an herbal extract.
He's hyped? Is that what that
No,
meant?
that's basically what like if you like research it, it's just like yeah. Go ahead, Nolan.
It's a good compound, but it takes a while to work, at least for the majority of people. Again, I have heard the same thing about lion's mane and Bacopa, where the anxiety might be reduced. I disagree with that. I don't feel anything when I take it, but it is one of those things that's very interesting, because if you do take it for 3 weeks to a month, 2 months, over time, it just keeps getting better. And Bacopa enhances your memory and your visual processing. So it's really cool if you wanted to take that for a very long time, put it into your daily regimen, and then you play some video games in a couple months. And your visual
Hibernate
processing
for 2 months.
Right. But I mean, yeah, you can keep playing and all that, but it should theoretically help with your reaction time, visual processing, like, oh, there's someone on radar, got to go over there, do whatever you do in a game. So that is interesting. But again, it's not anything like caffeine to where you're just like, boom, I'm ready to go. I'm faster than everybody in the room all of a sudden.
Does it help with transferring information from the brain to, like, when we're playing games and I have a call out, sometimes what's up here doesn't make it to the mouth.
Signaling, yeah, it does. Bacopa kind of does a little bit of everything, kind of like lion's mane too. Lion's mane is very, very good. I would keep on that. So,
But yeah, get some more of it.
Let's be honest, if you're not taking Adderall or modafinil, you're taking caffeine and L-theanine at a 2-to-1 ratio, and that's like your basic like cheater. That's your basic cheat code. Don't you say, Nolan?
I would say so. That's the level that most people will go to, especially one that you don't have to go to some like weird website.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
get some like weird stuff. I would say that the other thing that is a major cheat code that most people playing video games may not be aware of is a class of drug called racetams.
Ooh, that's so hard to get the actual compound though.
No, it's really easy.
Oh, you have that? You have news? Okay.
Yeah, what's the recipe for that?
I got it right here.
I do. Here, let me bring out my 60 bucks.
Jesus Christ!
Oh shit!
Here we go.
I love.
He did
Go
this
into the
thing with a
pharmacy.
little- He did this with a literal dopamine drug 3 weeks ago. He's just like, "Hey, L-Dopa 98%."
I got Piracetam. That one, I'm not going to go over all of them. Obviously, I'll probably go through them one by one in
No, keep
other
going.
podcasts. But Aniracetam, this is the one that people usually take for gaming. This improves your multitasking, but it's really, really, really damn good. I took this for a year straight, and it eliminated social anxiety. I'm not saying this is going to do this for anyone else, but
yeah.
it eliminated all of my social anxiety. I did not have to take it anymore after that year. My social anxiety was gone. My speech was
beat
better.
it.
My memory
I like
was
it.
better. Right. I beat the game. And now when I take it, I actually get irritable. And that's at this dose. So this is 750 milligram capsules. If I take it at that dose now, I get really angry.
Because
And it is not
you-
fun.
yeah, you basically your neutral level has been up to. I don't need.
It's a new baseline.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that I cannot take at that dose. If I do take it and I want the same effects, I have to go super damn low to about 100 milligrams.
And that,
Which I'm okay with.
And that's the best part. Like once nootropics are awesome. Like everybody wants to fucking crack their own brain. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you have to. Nolan literally has a pharmacy behind him.
Mm-hmm.
But have you tried?
He's the guy.
Like I've tried a bunch of shit, and I've been a part of weird shit. That's just like, oh, this is good. This is really, really good. And then you take, that 1 extra milligram of Adderall, and you're just like, no, never mind. This is like not what I wanted. Yeah, this is and then you're just like, how do I get close to this without having like the diminishing returns? And it seems like Nolan. Yeah, Nolan's. It seems like you have been like around that fucking block, which is the best. Like, like mentally, scientifically, like that shit is that's my favorite.
Yeah, Nolan's a good go-to. He's been doing this shit for years, and I love that he experiments on himself, so he knows, firsthand.
It's fun. I mean, every now and then you have a bad day, I'll be honest. Right. But it's worth it because, again, like I said, after taking this for so long, I feel better all around.
But you feel like your baseline has changed, so you don't have to take it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. My memory has gotten a million times better just for one. And my baseline is just good to go now.
Anthony, think of it as you doing an Olympic lift that you've been doing for like 5 years. Like most people's starting weight most people's max weight is your starting weight at that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where Nolan's body is right now. It chemically, which is crazy.
Optimized.
Yeah.
I'm at I was gonna say I have to talk to you off camera on some more supplements to add, or maybe change some things up.
But yeah, if anybody is looking for a really, really good boost to gaming, okay, a lot of people, real quick, I'll say this, and then I have one more quick side note that's kind of interesting.
All right.
If you're looking if you've ever heard of modafinil, I don't think we've discussed that on.
No, I've tried to bring it up like 3 times.
Okay.
Like
we will discuss it. We will discuss it.
I think I've called it modafinil or modafinil.
Yeah, I think it was modafinil or something.
Modafinil. I literally talked about this before you, like 10 minutes ago. I said modafinil or whatever.
Okay. Anyway, so if you're looking for something like that, but you can't get your hands on it because it's FDA approved as a pharmaceutical drug, the closest that you're gonna get, without going to some weird websites, is going to be this right here. I consider this the modafinil of racetams. It's called phenylpiracetam.
And I will second it. So
okay. It is really, really, really damn good. I've taken this so much as well to the point to where it's almost as if I lose focus when I take it at 100 milligrams. I haven't experimented with anything less than that because I don't have the raw powder on me. But I imagine if I lower the dose, I would get the same boost that I did before. And right now, I kind of lose focus when I'm really trying to hammer on some work, like a to-do list. But I'm sociable as can be. So it's kind of one of those things that I have to where, oh, hey, I'm about to go give a speech. I don't give speeches, but you get the point. I'm about to go talk to a bunch of people, be a customer service guy right now, that's what I'll take. And I lit up like a Christmas tree. I love this stuff when I want to talk to people. So that, and the other side note is
we're gonna wrap on this one.
All right. Uridine is something that's really, really cool. It improves your verbal fluency, dendrite outgrowth. I'm trying to conjure up the words there. And you can actually get this, and I do not recommend it through this means, but you can get this through beer. It's actually in beer. So I don't know if you've ever noticed, but people that drink beer a lot are fairly decent with their words. It's just something that I've noticed. A lot of people that drink beer.
Correct, yeah.
You what?
I said, ironically, you're not incorrect.
Yeah, and so it's interesting. Like, obviously, you know, they have the alcohol in their system. They're going to slur their words every now and then, but they're generally creative. They're generally
Okay.
well
can see
spoken
that.
in some regard. Like they're not. Yeah, you'll notice that they're able to talk a little bit faster sometimes than other people, especially when they're on it, when they're drinking beer. So that's interesting. It's not in a crazy amount, but you do get a little bit of it, and a little bit is all you need with uridine. So we'll probably talk about uridine at another point too, because that is basically a super nootropic. We used to sell it at Sprouts, but they actually got rid of it for some reason. So, anyways,
All right, man. Boys, I got an hour 25. This has flown by real quick. Abe, I want to thank you for standing in tonight. It's always a pleasure having you on.
Yes, thank you, Abe.
Hope you had a blast. We most certainly had a good time with you joining us. And next episode, we should be back to the full regular cast with Tim, Zeke being back. What's up? What's this? You doing gang signs, bro?
Nope, that's me pointing to the top four corners.
Go Web Go.
Go Web Go. All right, boys. We'll end it on that note. Go Web Go.